Everybody can do that, you know, so, and I'm sure other teams have a creative team, design team, or some, you know, and other resources from overseas. We also, just to add to that, we also, on a normal basis, we also send our designers and managers to the shows in, big shows in Spain and Italy. There's every year there's a huge show in Italy, which we send them to. So this is the base. What makes us different is on a normal basis, we have our what we call a design show. So instead of joining VietBuild, have you any of you been to VietBuild?
Yes.
Okay, so you are, she's playing on the ball. Are you working in this industry or? Okay, would you like to? You know, there are shows in Vietnam, VietBuild, VietArc, you know, where people put up booths and everything. We found that during our visits, we found that the quality of people that attend these shows are not, you know, you have your grandma, you know, and kids and blah blah blah. So we come up with our own show. And in these shows, our objective is that these shows are exclusive and high-end and specific, which means that we focus on architects and interior designers. So we invite you know, key business relations and a hand-picked group of architects and interior designers. And because, as I shared before, that's our target market, people that go to architects and interior designers, and we show them our so-called prototype designs. Okay, so this is really answering your question. How do we know, you know, what the market accepts? And our market is people that go through architects and interior designers. We show them prototype designs and we get them to fill up a survey form. I think I shared this the first meeting,
yeah, you
right?
did.
But for the benefit of you, were you there?
Yeah, no, I haven't been there yet.
Okay, so this is just you, is it? Was you there? Okay, so just you. So for very quickly, so for example, if you were an architect and interior designer, you came by and you gave the comment, you know, oh, this house should be more green, you know, and the design should, you know, you should, you know, be more defined in your design and blah blah blah. And we actually, and if we actually implement that change, you as an architect, would you, who gave that feedback and we made that change and we produced the tile, would you be, you would be an advocate of that product and say, hey, you know, I gave them the idea.
If you influence it, right?
Yeah. So that's, I mean, that's one benefit. But to answer, to respond to you, that's our main tool to have a clear feedback whether our designs could be effective in the market that we wanted to perform in. You know. Okay. But then, of course, in terms of the methodology, I think is strong. The concept is strong. The actual carrying out, maybe there are areas for improvement. You know, but to address, so, you know, in terms of this statement, I think I disagree. And that's my reason for disagreeing. To put it in the context of today, which is what we're here for, we now do not do that because we have, first of all, we can't really afford to put out new designs and be experimental and to have a show. We can't afford the show because, you know, cash flow is tight. You know, so you have to cut some things, and that's one of the things we're cutting. So again, maybe doing your work for you. What we're doing instead is we're encouraging our export customers to give us designs that they want us to make. So now we're actually going to Australia and saying, well, you know, instead of we showing you design after design and you saying, is it okay or not? Now tell us, what's going to work for you? And we don't have the choice but to cater to your needs, immediate needs, and make that for you, so that, you know, it's something you will buy, for sure, you know. But what's the problem with that? Why don't we do that on a normal day? The problem is we sacrifice the needs of the local market, you know. But on the other hand, the local market has reduced by 50%, you know. So we're bringing that 50% to our export customers. You know, usually what's our preference? Because on a normal basis, local market consists of 70% of our production, of our sales. We want to cater to that 70%. We want to make designs, you know, innovative, creative designs to introduce to the Vietnamese market and hope they buy. You know, but today we can't afford that risk. We want to produce things that we will definitely buy. And our export customers usually know what they want. They're very clear about what is successful, which is a big cultural difference.
Yes, that's right.
You know, the Vietnamese customers, they want, Vietnamese customers want you to tell them, you know, what should I buy? I want something nice. Tell me, you know, give me some options. But our overseas customers know specifically, this works in this market, that works in that market. Even within Australia, you have Queensland, New South Wales, two major areas of business. And they know, you know, what designs work for different areas, you know.
Yeah, that's really one of the things that will come up with our strategy for you.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's very hard for you to serve both markets in
It is.
equal quality, right?
It's extremely hard.
Kind of paradox almost.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, the Vietnamese market has very different tastes, you know. But sometimes, well, we have had successes in the past, very good successes in the past where it wasn't a priority, but we still do get ideas from overseas, our export market, and we've made for them, and we try to sell it locally, and you know, it's a huge success locally, you know. So it's a two-pronged, you know, issue, you know. But the main difference is the focus. Before we would focus on local. If before our Australian customers have brought designs to us and we have rejected them because we said, hey, you know, the local market we've done a survey, the local market can't accept it. You know, if we make this for you, it will only be for you, and you know, from a business perspective, it's not